Hi everyone, Dr. Liz here. It's time to give the results of the survey. Now, I run this every year or two, and I really appreciate all the participation, everyone who had an answer. I got close to about 100 answers, which is plenty of data for me if you're really talking about sample sizes. So I'd like to tell everyone the results because I just think that's respectful, honestly, since you helped me out. So the first question was, how old are you? And the majority of my podcast listeners are 35 plus. I do have some in the younger age groups, but definitely less. It's like 95% are over 35. About 65% identify as female, and about 31% identify as male. And then we have 3% prefer not to answer or are non-binary, non-conforming. The next question was, if you have children, how old are they? So most of the kids of my listeners are in their teen years and older. So I have less and less listeners with little bitty kids, like under 10. That makes sense to me. Like I'm aging as a mother. My kids are getting older, so my listeners are getting older with me. When I first started out doing like newsletters and marketing and everything, I owned a prenatal yoga company, Yoga Fairy. All of that was oriented towards pregnancy, birth, young motherhood, even like, littles up until about 10 years old or so. But now I can orient my parenting comments and advice towards people who have older kids. And I had a good percentage of who have adult children, 25 plus. Next question was, what is the highest level of schooling you have completed? So the vast majority of you are educated that listen to my podcast. Like 95% have some college. And then it goes up from there into like bachelor's, graduate degrees, all that good stuff. So that is interesting to me. I mean, I wonder if the more education you have, the more open you are to alternative healing. I don't know. I always see that as personality or life experience, but maybe it's not. Now, about 50% of you have had hypnosis with a professional, either individually or through a workshop or online or in person. I asked it a couple different ways. And about 50% of you have not. For the 50% of you that haven't, I'm here when you need me. Okay, really. Now, 85% of you have listened to hypnosis files at home, either free or unpaid. That is really encouraging. I'm glad so many of you like hypnosis files, either free or paid. The next question is, has the podcast helped you or someone you know in some way? And you were able to answer this in like two separate ways with a little slider for yourself and then someone you know. It has helped the vast majority of you. It's helped 90% of you, okay? And 30 plus 20, and about 50% of you, a lot or a great deal. So that is wonderful for me to hear. It really helps me keep going and make the effort to continue to interview people and educate and give the free hypnosis files. Has a podcast helped someone you know? 60% of you said yes. So that's fantastic. And then I had check boxes. What would you like to hear in the upcoming season? It was pretty clear that people prefer a mix of solo episodes and interview episodes. You love free hypnosis files. You like about hearing about all kinds of ways to heal and transform, as well as about emotional topics like how to decrease anxiety, depression, all of that good stuff. So I will continue to give you that stuff. It was also pretty clear that you weren't really interested in hypnosis research that much. That's the cat feeder going off, if you hear that in the background. So my focus in the upcoming season will probably be less on going into the details of the research, although, I can't resist like throwing out the summary of the studies often. And then I got all kinds of wonderful comments and topic suggestions. So thank you so much for that. It really does make my heart happy. I keep a whole spreadsheet about the ideas that people send me over the years, and I really do try to get to as many as I can, particularly if I can find an expert in that area. I'm always looking for experts to interview on the podcast about particular topics. Now remember, there are always free hypnosis files over at my website, drlizhypnosis.com. You can subscribe to the newsletter, and links to several files actually are emailed to you. You can just click on them and listen to them and keep them forever and share them, use them whenever you like. And also, there's all kinds of free ones on the podcast. If you search up the word free, they all start with free in the title. I just published one in October 2021 for a better surgery. So you can always search that up. That was episodes, let me look right here for you, 220 and 221. One has background music and one doesn't, because I've discovered over the years that people have preferences. So you can search that one up or any of the other free ones. There's over 17 or 18 free ones on the podcast. Thank you again for participating in the survey and for being listeners. I would absolutely appreciate a positive review if you have a couple of minutes to leave one. It helps other people discover the podcast. You know, I heard from a friend from graduate school, and we've kept in touch, I don't know, over the years, here and there, but nothing really regular. And I probably hadn't talked to her in like 10 years or so, I would say. But she gave me a phone call because she was like, Elizabeth, I just found your podcast by coincidence, and I'm just reaching out to say hi and tell you how much I love it. And I love hearing your laugh again. It's the same laugh from many, many years ago. And it just made me feel so good. So it's not just strangers that the reviews help find the podcast for. It's also friends. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Peace. I hope you truly enjoyed today's episode. Remember that you can get free hypnosis downloads over at my website, drlizhypnosis.com, DRLIZ hypnosis.com. I work all over the world doing hypnosis. So if you're interested in working with me, please schedule a free consultation over at my website, and we'll see what your goals are and if I can be of service to you in helping you reach them. Finally, if you liked today's episode, please subscribe to the podcast or tell a friend. That way, more and more people learn about the power of hypnosis. All right, everyone, have a wonderful week. Peace.